Two-day early voting wrapped up as the clock struck 6. Let's start things off by connecting to our Lee who has been standing by at Seoul Station, one of the busiest polling stations in the capital. Ji-won, long lines until the very last minute. We can still see people crowding over there, clearly indicating how hot the early voting fever has been.
Hi Daniel, the final early voting turnout isn't out yet, but as of 5 p.m. today's turnout stood at 12.64%, nearly 1 percentage point higher than yesterday's 11.7%. And together, the turnout hit a record high of 24.34%. That's 10 million eligible voters out of 42 million. This is well over twice the previous 2 times early voting was used in last year's general election and in local elections in 2014, which had turnouts of 12.2% and 11.5% respectively. This record high early voting turnout can be mainly attributed to the long weekend that starts today, as some people might still be away on the official election day next Tuesday. Convenience is also a big factor. Voters say they can simply drop by any of the 3,500 early voting stations nationwide instead of going to their own district like they will have to next week.
I came out to vote today because it's near my house, and I can just drop by at my convenience without pre-registering.
We won't be returning back from our family trip before Election Day, so I stopped by this early voting station to cast my vote. If it weren't for this early voting system, we probably would have to shorten our trip. But it's great that the system helps every single voter to vote.
Well, I have no holiday plans, but I'm glad I got it over and done with quickly this morning. The queue moved pretty fast. It was very systematic. Now, do walk us through what comes next after this historic early voting, and also fill us in on how this amazing turnout could impact the actual election day itself, Ji-won.
These ballots cast during early voting will be sealed away and counted only after the polls close, together with the other ballots cast on the election day on Tuesday at 8 p.m. With this never-before-seen high turnout rate in early voting, the National Election Commission says others will be more encouraged to cast their valuable votes, forecasting an overall voter turnout of over 80%. That's all from me. Back to you, Daniel.
Well, thank you so much for being out there at the heart of the action for us, Ji-won.